Hello, I'm Panos Kotzathanasis, and this is ASEAN Movie Pulse Interviews. Today I'm here with Ziyu Luo, whose film American Daydream we recently reviewed for our Submit Your Film initiative. How are you, Ziyu?
I'm very good. Yeah,
Great.
thank you so much for liking my film. And
Uh,
I read your review is like so honestly and really like your review, and it's great. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. You made it easy with your film. Okay, so first question, can you walk us a bit through your path from China until shooting movies in New York? How did that happen?
I went to college in China, and I graduate like 2026, 16, 17,
Mhm.
16. I after graduation, and I decided to do the things I always wanted to do. I was studying something else in China, but I always wanted to be a director. And so I decided to study filmmaking here 2019.
Mhm.
New York is very artist city. I always, New York, it's New York. Like I always want to move to here. So yeah, I decided to move here 2020 before the COVID happened. Um, I was here like 3 months. I was sit down, find an apartment, find a school, and start doing things. And then the COVID happens, everything shut down. I was like so frustrated. So I moved back for a year in China, stay in China for a year. And on 2021 and moved back here again, and enrolled at the uh, BFA filmmaking in NIFA, New York Film Academy. That's how I start yeah my film. Start making shorts, music videos. Yeah, that was actually my thesis film. This movie was my thesis film. Yeah.
Mhm. And how did it happen in terms of production? How did the school help you for the production of this film, would you say?
Well, they give us equipment, cameras, lightings, and this is school. They're teaching us everything production wise. They're very supportive. Yeah, I learned a lot from them. I
Hmm.
really appreciate that. Yeah.
So, but in the end, who has the rights of the film? They or you?
Oh, I have the rights.
Ah,
I
okay.
pay. Yeah, they give me equipment that's I have. I paid everything. I find a location, crews, my cast. Yeah. So yeah, I got all the rights.
Okay, okay. And can you tell me a bit about the inspiration behind the movie, the story of the film, and also how personal is it in the end, the whole thing?
Oh, the inspiration is really it's came from my own experience here, and the people I made around me. And this story is inspired by a Chinese American teenage girl from Chinatown, and I met her 2 years ago. 3 years ago, 2 years ago. It was still during the pandemic. Post-pandemic, it's still like everything is not really open. And she told me that she has been interested in everything for her family since she was little. And she told me if there's something happened, they couldn't really call for help from the government or the police, due to their status, they are documented. Um, and it was during the COVID, and their crime is extremely high, and they experienced something pretty bad. And she told me that, and what really touched me that they still believe in American dream,
Mm.
and it's really reminded me my own journey to here. I was facing a lot of challenging, I was back then, my English was horrible. I barely understood what people talk. And I was facing a lot of challenging, had a really bad time here. But their stories really inspired me. And I was, I'm not like them. I'm like hoping persistent, can really lead to magic one day. So I never give it up on filmmaking. Filmmaking is super difficult. Like making a film is like crazy. Yeah, so.
But you don't believe in the American dream?
Well, when you're facing a lot of challenges, you start to doubt, is it real? And but I still believe it. That's why I'm still here. I was, missing a lot of challenges, but yeah, I stayed. So I believe it.
And can you tell me a bit about this whole concept with the green card? How difficult is it to get it nowadays in the US, to get a green card like the protagonist?
Green card? I never thought about green card for now as my stage, because I'm in O1 now, and I'm trying to get OPT, not O1. I'm trying to get a O1. So I don't really know green card, but I'm preparing for my O1. It's super difficult. I'm assuming green card is even harder. And O1 is like tons of papers, have to hire a lawyer, and you have to have experiences working wise. And it's a lot of work. I would say it's difficult. Green card is even harder. So yeah, I'm preparing. I have the tons of papers to do right now, and I'm trying to right now I'm working on my short film, and trying to get more experiences. Yeah, it's difficult. It's not easy. I don't know like other people, but yeah.
Okay. And also, one of the main topics of the film is like the pressure the protagonist feels from her mother and her family, essentially, because all of her family wants her to become a doctor and find a nice guy to get married. What is your opinion on this topic?
It's like it's my opinion about that is like I feel this is pretty common in China, because I know my culture very well. And like I spent my first 25 years there. I grew up there, and I know like a lot of Chinese parents, including my parents, they had very high expectations for the children, and they want your kids be doctor, lawyer, or teacher, and do get a stable job and to have stable income. Um, but they have high expectations for you, and they put a lot of energy, time on you, and they could do everything for you. Um, but this kind of love is just like it's too much. It's like burden for their kids. Um, and so in this film, the mother, we have seen, first of all, I have to say, we have some people say in China, like the parents steal their kids' childhood. Like the kids, like, they don't, I don't know, I'm assuming you know Chinese culture very well, because you are like watching on like, you focus on the like Asian culture things. Like the parents is like, the Chinese student, they usually have very heavy homework, from the Monday to Friday, they have to do tons of homework. And during the weekend, the parents would send their kids to some like classes like painting, dancing, pianos, and the kids don't really have time to play. So people say like the parents steal their childhood. And it's like and in this scenario, in this film, the mothers has like very strict to her daughter, and she wanted her daughter be a doctor, and she did. And but when she start to rebel to leaving her, and the mother is like, she's like, I will never let you go. She's super forceful. She's like a most of Chinese parents, like she also very Chinese, she's from China, she's grew up there, like so she's like, but the love is just too much for the kids, like it's mm, I don't know, like, wait, did I answer your question?
Yeah. It's exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very culture thing. Like we have we have this over 2000 years philosophy, filial piety, like the things you have to teach you to have to the kids have to obey and listen, respect their parents. So the mother is like these two combination of this philosophy and the mother's over love together, and it's really hard to change her mind. That's why you can say she's very stubborn, forceful, and yeah.
But in the end, for the kid, let's say for the daughter, is it a necessity to break away, you think, from this pressure in order to move to something else? It's a necessity?
Yeah, it's for her, for the daughter, it's like uh, she wants freedom. Like her mother's love is too much. She's very American, but also, impacted by her mother. Like she's like half and a half. Sometimes she's like, there's I heard there's a lot of kids from like they call them the third culture kids, right? Third culture is like they born here, grew up here, but their first generations move from another country. They have their culture and they have the new things taken here, and yeah, sometimes they couldn't tell where she from, where he from, what they belong to. I think she has that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. But in the end, I felt that you don't pick sides. Let's say you don't portray the mother as being a bad person and the daughter being a good person. You retain a balance through your film. Was that your purpose, your goal?
Uh, I mean, both. It's. I think both like they love each other. I mean, they're both the mother's intentions are good. It's just like the way she loves her is just not the right way she wants. Um, would you want to say like she's like kind of selfish person or something? Like is she like has a like because
Well, I meant what I meant to say. It's like in the end of the film, and sorry for revealing the whole thing. Okay, the daughter is leaving, but she stops for a bit and comes back to her mother to say a proper goodbye. For me, that moment is like you are saying that okay, the mother is
oh
not bad, the daughter still loves her, she's not a bad person. So that is what I'm talking about.
so I did that on purpose, like because I wanted like the happy ending. I don't
Mm,
want to too sad. And all this is my goal for this film, like this because there's just so many serious topics going on in this film, as you say, like but I want to make a happy ending, and also you can tell there's a lot of good moments, like people laughing, and so yeah, I don't want to like tragedy ending.
mm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, and how important is it for you to have both humor and drama in a movie?
Super important. And the story is like it's sad, it's heavy,
Yeah.
and it's just like our life is so difficult. You have so many things to deal with in um but I really believe that like comedy is really strong, powerful tool for coping with these challenges. So it's super important. This is my purpose when I start writing the script is I want some comedy in there. It's a drama, but I want some comedy in it. I did it on purpose. I made it in a comedic form. Yeah.
Mhm. And can you tell me a bit about the casting? How did it work for the movie?
Oh, so casting is, I was the producer. I produced the film. I was going to do the casting too. I was like, so when I really started pre-production and And I don't want to do it all these things because I do this because I simply don't have money to hire people. So I end up do a lot of things, produce the film, and I don't really want to do it. But I did, and I was going to cast the people myself too. And when I really start the pre-production, and I realized, oh my God, it's producing the film is took away my so much time, energy. I got to focus on directing too, you know. I was like, there's no way to do it, cast it. So I initially start looking for the mother role, you know, because it's super difficult to find the right person, you know. You got to find it like old lady like 60 and speak Chinese, English, and you know, it's hard for me to find the people here. So I initially start casting the mother role, and I was asking my friends, my teachers, and I didn't end up well. So I start to put a casting call on the Breakdown Express, and there's tons of application, and I was like, and then I was like, oh my God, that's so many emails I have to answer their questions. I don't really have time. So hire a casting director to help me dealing with this. We found the mother on the Breakdown Express and along with other roles. Um, yeah, so that's how I got them. The mother and the daughters from LA. Yeah, I fly them here to shoot it here. So yeah, it's a long story. I don't which side do you like to hear more?
Okay, tell me the story. It's okay. I'm interested in both. Tell me.
You mean the whole process casting them?
Uh, okay, tell me a bit more about how was like your cooperation with them throughout the shooting and how did you guided them for the role, let's say.
Oh yeah, so after I found them and we started doing the rehearsal, we did a tons of rehearsal. That's why you see the dinner table scene. It's like, you know, there's a lot of talking, drinking, laughing, movements. It's went very well on set, very smoothly. Like the shooting is super good, and I was very happy. I think I gotta thank it to my, you know, cast to spend a lot of time with me. And we were talking, just talking, and we were like ask me tons of questions during the rehearsal. It's really helpful me to understand the character deeply. You know, sometimes I didn't even think about that, and they will say, ask me some question. Was like, wait, I gotta think about that. Let me get back to you. So yeah, it really helped me that, and yeah, we're just talking rehearsal like friends.
Hmm.
Like they're like the daughter is like my age, and the mother Yan Cui, she was director, and so she understand the directing. So she was director in China. She directed a few features. So yeah, I really like I had a great moment to work with them. And you know the kids, he's very funny on set. We were like laughing. I had a great time on set directing them. Like after this short, I was like, damn, I'm gonna make more comedy. Like it's so funny, so fun on set. Like have a kids on set, it's so much fun. Everybody's take care. Like my other supporting role, like they really take care of him because you know it's an overnight shoot. We have 4 overnight shoot in a row. It's super difficult and it's very intense. And the kids was like, I'll say he was like, it was almost a fall asleep. Like, yeah, it's difficult, but it's yeah, I love my crew and my cast. They really take care of him. I really thank them. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's so
Great.
much fun. Like after this movie, I just want to make more
Okay,
comedy.
that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. And in general, do you allow them to improvise or are you very strict with what you want them to do with your actors?
Oh, so for the big thing, very essential thing, like I would just go my direction, my visual, but like small details, you just go whatever you want. You know, yeah, I'll
Mhm.
talk to them like there's some dialogue. I was just like, Okay, that's the mean I want to say. But if you want to like some slightly like the way you were self, like some different people they were talking in a different way. They have their own personality, they have their own style to talk. I was just go for yourself, but deliver the mean I wanted to do, you know. So details they will do was, but big things I will go my vision. Yeah.
And can you tell me a bit about the cinematography? What you wanted to do with the visual aspect of the film?
Oh, so this film, when I first meet my DP, I was talking to him like I wanna like the feelings like old cinema, like old. And I really like Wong Kar-wai's film is really inspired me a lot in making film, so I talked to him like a long way, but not really, but because this story is happening in Chinatown, the tongue is gonna be different, but yeah, we did also did a lot of rehearsal. He understood what I need and what my vision is. He made us some floor plan, made us some visual. I don't know what is that called, but he's amazing. Last year my English is still not that good, and he's super patient. He's like, I was like, "Ah, I wanted that. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'll just like show him. I don't know how to describe it. I'll just show him like this is what I want. And he's super patient. He's I want to talk to you about this. Like we had like biggest challenge I ever had on set is like our camera failed in 3 a.m. in Chinatown. And the whole production had to stop.
Oh.
But I can't afford to stop it. So I was like, we gotta find a solution. We gotta keep shooting. What we can do? Like I talked to him, and he's super genius. You couldn't believe that. Like he used the chopsticks. He fixed it with the chopsticks because
Oh.
the dinner table thing. We have a lot of chopsticks, like the eating table thing. Like, so he fixed it with the chopsticks. I don't know even know how he did it. I wish I have a picture, but we were like super nervous, super kind of when the thing happens is a little bit chaotic. But yeah, he fixed it with chopsticks, and which allowed us to keep shooting until the backup camera arrived. Yeah.
Okay. And which one would you say is your favorite scene in the film?
Uh, favorite, so many. I would say I really like the ending scene. Oh, not the ending scene. Before the ending scene, the daughter's expression, her feeling for the first time ever to her mother, how she feel, and what she really wants for the first time she told her mother. And that emotion scene is just like, and I saw people crying in the theater. So when my movie premiere in Hollywood, I was standing the the what is that? I don't know what is that called. Like I was just watching audience their reaction, and some girl just crying, and that scene I was like, oh damn, I did it. Like yeah, that was my favorite scene. Um,
Okay, good, good. And in general, would you say you prefer Chinese cinema or Hollywood?
I honestly, right now, never really. I love both. But I grew up and born and raised in China, so I have a special feeling for Chinese cinema, and you really um shaped me how I see the world when I grew up watching Chinese film. So they have a special position for me, Chinese cinema. And and they had tons of great films producing there. So it's very special for me, always.
Mhm.
And here, even though I'm here, but even though I'm in the US, but they have always gonna be like different for me. And Hollywood cinema is like, it's like a super high position. I always look at like that. It just feels like for me right now, I'm in a very early stage of my filmmaking. I would just look up them. I just, how did I get there? This is difficult. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And last question, I guess, any future projects? What are you working on next?
So I really just these days it's come to my mind. I have a phone call with my grandmother. She's 96 right now.
Cool.
And she was and their time when she was teenager, she was married to my grandpa. They are like arranged marriage. When they were before she was born, their parents decide, oh, who you're gonna marry to. And I really kind of wanted to tell a story about her, about how their love, they've been together 70 years, over 60, 70 years. And they've been through the war, the hungry, there's what that called in 60. The other people die before because of the hungry. And my grandmother wanted to the Korea War. My grandpa. And when my grandpa was pregnant, my grandpa wanted to Korea War. Like, the war, the hungry, everything, the big things happen in the world, like never separate them until the death take away my grandpa. Yeah, they know. I really want to tell a story about them, how the greatness of the love.
Okay.
Yeah, this is now I'm just developing the concept, and I wrote a short script too as a love story, and I wish I can find some money to shoot it. Yeah, that's what I'm working right now, developing a feature and trying to find the funding to shoot a short film.
Well, I guess that's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for interviewing me. Really appreciate you like my film. Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay.